Okay, so here is what we did last video with 2-point perspective. Remember, you set the vanishing points to the edge. You have a corner that you're going from. Either all of it's going to the vanishing points, or part of it is, and part of it is just kind of put in kind of as an exception. What I want to do is to show you, like we did on 1-point perspective, we did exteriors. Now I want to show you the interiors. So we're going to set up about the same, a little higher than halfway. I'm going to put the vanishing points, and again the vanishing points are where it goes off the edge. The line just helps me see it, and that puts my horizon line right here because the vanishing points are always on the horizon line. And I want to start in the middle with a line that's above and below, a little more below than above, but something about like that. Now, if you want to challenge, pause it and see if you can figure out how we can use the vanishing points to, instead of make this an exterior, how we can make this an interior, where this looks like, instead of the closest corner, it looks like the furthest corner. So if you paused it and you figured it out, what we had been doing is going to the right vanishing point, top and bottom, to get the right wall, and the left vanishing point to get the left wall. So step 2 is still using the vanishing points, it's still using your corners, but what you'll do is you'll cross over. So the left vanishing point lines up, but instead of going towards the vanishing point, you draw away. So again, the top's the same, using the left vanishing point, but you're creating the right hand wall. Okay. So since the left vanishing point created this, I'm going to call this the L wall. And over here, the right vanishing point creates the left wall. So when you cross over, that puts you inside, and that sets the stage to do all kinds of things. Okay, so this is your R wall because the right vanishing point created it. Then you can do some things like create different corners. So just like 1 point, we'll put a vertical line for a corner, and we switch direction. But this time here we don't have the horizontals. So instead, we stop using the left vanishing point, and we use the right vanishing point. And then to switch it again, we just put another corner, stop going to the right, and go back and do left again. So you take your new corners, take your left vanishing point, and draw this wall. And it usually is going to look a little better when you're doing kind of a standard room like this, to let the wall get bigger as it goes off. So if you're going off the right edge, it's a left wall. If you're going off the left edge, it's a right wall. So I could do the same thing here. And I could create a little bit of a left wall. Vertical line, and go back and do a right wall. So it just switches back and forth. I'll take this out there. So all these walls go to the right vanishing point. All these walls go to the left. This is the original center. That helps to see. Now, some things we are adding in class were objects. So if you can imagine taking these objects and making them into things. For example, if you wanted to add a table, figure out where you want it. And let's say if you ordered that table online and it came to your door, it's going to come in a box, which is a cube. And my table is going to be narrow this way. and longer that way. So on step 3, I determine the shape. So I take the back right corner like we were doing on the other sheet of 2-point. It goes right corner to the left, left corner to the right. And notice that I'm always lined up, but I'm starting to draw less of the line. So over here I had a lot more to erase. Here I don't have quite as much because I can draw just the part that I need. Then what you can do is start to turn this into the table. So I know that the corner will have a leg where I see the left and right side. Then I can line up and draw the thickness of the table. There's that part of the leg. I'm also going to see a little bit of the left side of the leg. Oops. Then here's the thickness of the table on this side. So what I'm doing is I'm just applying what I learned with the vanishing points to draw that in. And you can make it whatever style you want. You can begin to add things like chairs. Both have verticals. They're going to be the same height. The seats are the same height. And so notice that I'm using verticals. I'm using a right vanishing point. For the seats, I'm using the left vanishing point. So you can begin to make style, and you can start to freehand things. You can put a bowl sitting on the table, candles. And so it's a combination of freehand built on top of the perspective. So what we're doing, and I'll do this on the next video, is we're going to play around with this in class and build a little bit more, and then we're going to do an assignment where you pick. So be thinking about if you want to do something like an interior of a room for your finished work, or if you want to do an automobile, trucks, cars, trains, any kind of vehicle, or if you want to do the exterior of a house or a building, a modern building, whatever you'd like to do. I would start to look for reference pictures, and if you can find reference pictures that are from the corner, 2-point perspective, that's even better. And what we're going to do is we're going to finish those up. So we'll start with basics, so it'll look very mathematical and measured. Then we'll start to add our own touches to it. We'll also start to add shading to it. So just kind of looking ahead, we know about lights and darks, so I might have this side a little darker, and so those lines become shared edges. And so we begin to make it look much more realistic. We can even deal with shadows underneath and that type of thing. So be thinking about what you want to do with this. As far as canvas, this is 2-point perspective part 1, or part A. And what you'll turn in with that is this drawing and this drawing, basically just your class notes. And that'll be worth 25 points. That lets me check your notes, make sure you've got it, see if you have any questions. Don't forget to check the comments when I grade these on Canvas. So this and this is 25 points. There will be a second Canvas assignment, and that will be the more finished one, where you're picking the car, the outside of a building, or the inside in a room, and doing something with that much more creative. It'll be a larger sheet, and it will be several days. So we'll work on that starting today, tomorrow and Friday, and probably into Monday at least. So we'll spend some time to finish that one up. And it can have black and white color. So we'll kind of put everything that we know all together on top of this new thing with perspective. As far as your supplies, if you have not picked up your supplies yet, or if you need paper, they need more space in the office, so I've started keeping all that in the classroom. If you will just email me and give me time, usually I take things down during third period, my planning, which is about 11:15 to 1:15, somewhere in there, and I usually take it down after school. I can also take it down before. So if you'll let me know, just email me that you're coming to pick up your supplies or need paper, I'll take down what you need and have it there. You can pick it up, or you can send somebody. Alright, so practice this. This is 2-point perspective part A, and part B will be up in a day or so.